Narayan. Jai Shrimad Narayan. Jai Shrimad Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Today, after I think more than 2.5 months, we finally arrived at chapter 2 of the Bhagavad-Gita. And I think I'm the slowest guru in the world to have reached the Bhagavad-Gita after such a long time. And I was explaining to Avi, this is a special class and a special guru. You'll remember when we were in school, they had special class. I told you I was in class 1 and those people in special class was there. When I went to standard 5, they were still there. When I was in class 1, they had no moustache. When I was in standard 5, they had moustache and hair on the legs. All right, so this, we taking so long. People that's following us must be thinking this is a really special class guru. And the guru is thinking he really got a special class here. You know? Okay, so I'm deliberately taking my time so that there's no mistakes in the explanation of the Bhagavad Gita. Generally, the perception in the world, when you mention the name Bhagavad Gita, there's a perception that there was a fight in ancient times and a personality called Krishna spoke to Arjuna. The world knows it. Around the world, everybody knows. Arjuna, Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, fight ancient times. That is a misconception. And this is why I'm taking my time. The Bhagavad Gita is a manual that you must carry in your bag or your satchel or whatever you carry. It's a manual. It's a manual for you, all living entities. It's a manual for the universe and it's a manual for yourself. It's your GPS in this universe. The Bhagavad Gita is your GPS in this universe. Just in the same Bhagavad Gita, and we're going on chapter 2, we're going to be discussing the soul. And part 2 of my tribute to a very great soul, Tere Mosiwa Lakota. Yesterday was his state funeral, and the ashram was really honored to have been VIP guests at this state funeral. And Jessica, myself, and Satish, I think we were the only Indians that was accorded this privilege. Because Indians and politics don't go hand in hand. Generally, Indians and politics don't go hand in hand. It is an Indian view. Let the others fight and we'll benefit. It is an Indian view. So we broke this view. Jessica has done a whole lot of work for this country, and I went more, especially through COPE. I went more to support her because she really worked hard in COPE. Because COPE, what you saw in 2024, the collapse of the ANC, didn't start in 2024. The first nail in the coffin of the ANC was held by myself, Jessica, and Mosiwa Lokota, together with others. We were all hammers. Mosiwa held the nail, and we pushed the nail in the coffin of the ANC in 2008. In 2024, we had the privilege again, myself and Jessica, to hold the nail that President Zuma was holding. And we put the last nail in the coffin. So this ashram, when I was not a guru, we put the first nail. And then through this ashram, when I was a guru, we put the last nail in the ANC's coffin. They just there breathing. You know, when the life leaves the body, there's twitching in the body. The ANC is currently in the twitching state. Life is gone. When you go below 50% in politics, life is gone. So I remember in 1978 when I became an activist, and then just after that, I heard the name Lakota. Remember, I told you I was an avid reader. I used to watch news. I used to read newspapers. And the name Terra Lakota and UDF. And what's that Indian's name, Jessica? Sat Cooper. I remember these two names. I think I was in metric or university. Either these two times in the 80s, the UDF was formed. It was an evolution of my consciousness from school politics to higher politics. And it was, we heard yesterday that wherever terror went, he came down to KZN. And we are blessed to have had him in KZN because we are natural residents of KZN. And the UDF started here in KZN. And the UDF played a major role for the 1993 elections, 94 elections. That UDF played a very, very critical role in pushing the government. And that was spearheaded by Terrell Lakota himself. Remember, the other people were either in, Jessica, what you call it when you go to another country and you, yeah, they were either in exile or in prison. And remember, Terror went to Robben Island for 6 years. As soon as he came out, he did not breathe. He started this campaign, which culminated in the UDF. He did not, no resting, wasn't, no resting with his wife and children. He had wife and children then. He wrote letters to his daughter. I think we need to find those. His late daughter. He wrote letters to his late daughter. And I'm giving him this airtime because he deserves it. Because he deserves it. Imagine coming out of prison after 6 years, and not any prison, Robben Island, and missing your entire family for 6 years, and going back into political activism. Can you imagine that? How many of you got the guts to do that? If Avir pulled 6 years in Robben Island, first day he came out, he would have hugged his wife and never left her for another 10 years. It would have been a top Avir. Ashmika should have benefited properly in this, you understand? But I don't know what I would have done, honestly. Me, myself, after coming out 6 years from Robben Island, I don't know what I myself would have done. But here's a man, he just came out. He was politically a Tatar. You know what you say? You know, many of you call your children Tatar, huh? Or your brothers Tatar. You know what Tatar means? What Tatar means? Stubborn. Terrell Lakota was politically a Tatar. Just came out of Robben Island 6 years, went back into activism, whilst the Indians were looking. What the Indians were saying, let him fight. When this country will come right, we'll benefit. That is the Indians' attitude in politics, right up to now, right up to today. Well, you said it, yes. I was going there, thank you. But he fought, and they said there was a man that went with him to the second part of his imprisonment, another 4 years. But when he came out in Durban, uh, he formed a students' organization, Jessica, SASCO, and then through SASCO he started educating. He didn't rile up people emotionally. He wasn't a Scoten. He was a disciplined, astute politician. He held underground meetings. He explained humanity to the people. He explained their constitutional rights as human beings to people, and he explained the aggression to people. Then he allowed them to make their own decision. Do you understand? He was a principled politician, and yesterday, from the deputy president down, everybody concurred that he was one of the only principled politicians that did not go after materialism, even when he had the opportunity. Remember, he was the chairperson of the ANC. Nothing went into his wallet, no stain. No children got tenders anywhere, Jessica. All right? Nothing. He was untouched, unblemished. And this is why I'm giving the second tribute. And I was happy to be part, together with Jessica, in his unblemished character. Myself, Jessica, fitted like a glove in hand with the principles that he used to move Cope forward. So we used to have these meetings in the community, same exactly what I'm doing now. I'm fighting many organizations at the moment, am I not? But am I just fighting them, or am I giving you evidence that I have a reason to fight them? So I'm taking a principled approach in explaining the Bhagavad-Gita, am I not? I'm taking a principled, evidenced approach. Last week we said, if anybody is upset, contact me. Nobody has contacted me. That it means they are upset, but still they cannot contact me because my position is principally and scripturally concrete. You can't touch. You can't touch. So Mr. Lakota planted the consciousness of democracy in the souls of South Africans. He was the first person to go physically. There were others in prison. He harvested democracy in the citizenry of South Africa. He harvested democracy in the consciousness of the citizenry of South Africa after being in prison for 6 years. And wherever he went, there was action. There was action. There was fighting. There was anger. So I'm saying he riled them up in a righteous way. Like how Lord Krishna riles Arjuna up in a righteous way, Terra Lakota riled up South African citizens in a righteous way. And that component was a huge part. The apartheid government could have taken another 20 years. They had reserves, they had things in this country for another 20 years. This impetus that was created by Terra Lakota brought forward our democracy. This impetus created by Terra Lakota through the UDF brought forward the democracy by 20 years. It is 20 years now sooner that you could use the same toilets that the whites are using. Yes? You remember those signs? Whites, non-whites. So I had a great revelation, and this was part of the talk that I was supposed to give. Unfortunately, the ANC government, I'm not saying government of national unity, I'm saying the ANC ANC hijacked this funeral by hand-picking people. Only one COPE leader was supposed to spoke. We're supposed to have an interfaith, and I was supposed to say a few words. And this, what I'm going to say, was the revelation that I had. You see, in my time, family unity was a big thing. My Nana lived in Overport, and all his sons lived with him. And all his daughter-in-laws, Nirali, they lived with me. All right? And somehow, from many grandchildren, I was a favorite. So I could have breakfast by one mommy, lunch by another mommy, but I could choose where the things were nice. And in my time, only on Wednesdays and Saturdays things were nice. All right? On a Wednesday, if you managed to get tin fish, you were lucky. And they knew how to make tin fish and boiled eggs in one. And on a Saturday, if you got sheephead brains, you were lucky. Put some tripe on the side. All right? So my mamas, they all decided to go to Cape Town, only the men. And I remember them telling, when they came back, they spoke about Bloemfontein. And they said they were not allowed to stop in Bloemfontein. No blacks, that is including Indians, coloreds, and Africans, could stop in Bloemfontein. Do you all know about that? All of you all know? Bloemfontein was a no-go area if you wasn't white. Trisha, you are fair, you are not white. I'm talking about registered white. You must be a William Right? Tisha was so happy. In her mind, she said, hey, it was my time, I should just drove past. All right? You have to be born in the white race, not fair. Not fair. You have to be born in the white race. So when I entered this hotel, Sapphire Hotel, my consciousness was still from what my uncle. I never had a reason to go to Bloemfontein. I only went twice to Bloemfontein. The first time I came in a 20-seater plane, I had no time to see anything. All right, and I was just happy when the plane landed in King Shaka. That was the first time in Bloemfontein. Uh, I was looking for the plane. Watson and I looking for the plane. The time was there to board, but we could see no plane. And in the side, there was a 20-seater. And I had to ask, and they had two pilots in this one plane who got even more scared, you know. And then the second time was when I went to Sapphire Hotel. And I just had that feeling that my mama said they couldn't pass Bloemfontein, they couldn't stop in Bloemfontein. And I was shocked to see Nelson Mandela's photograph right there at reception. And then I actually slept in a hotel in Bloemfontein. And the funeral of a black man was in Bloemfontein. That person's funeral, which was in Bloemfontein, was responsible for clearing up Bloemfontein to everyone. Terra Lakota. And ironically, he was the first black premier of that place called OFS, in which Bloemfontein is part of. This is Sanatan Dharma. This is a law of karma. But Terra Lakota never looked at a white man differently. I can say up until today, he is the purest, purest, non-racial black politician. There's nobody that can touch him when it comes to non-racial. And you remember his speech in Parliament when he said, whose land you going to take and who you going to give it to. No black politician had the courage and guts to say what he said, because he wanted fairness, but he wanted it to come through the constitution. He was a constitutionalist throughout his life. He was a righteous reformist throughout his life. Although the enemy was the white apartheid government, he had no hatred for the enemy. He had no hatred for the enemy. And this is how life works. Remember, if Thabo Mbeki was not greedy for the third term, Thabo Mbeki was not greedy to be president of the ANC for the third term. He couldn't have been country president because the constitution does not allow it. But he was greedy to be the president for the third term, that this country is in this chaos today. Let alone his misunderstanding of HIV and AIDS. Right? Let alone that misunderstanding of HIV and AIDS. If he did not put his name there for the third term, Terra Lakota would have been deputy president in Cyril Ramaphosa's place. And these two terms, where Cyril Ramaphosa is president, Terra Lakota would have been president in the natural ascension of the ANC. Yes or no? because he was chairperson. From chairperson, where is going to go? Can you go any lower? He would be deputy president and president. And had Terra Lakota been president of this country, no white monopoly capital, but genuine white businesses would have been in this country. Indian businesses, Brazilian businesses, and African businesses. South Africa would have been a powerhouse on the African continent. No Madlanga Commission, no ad hoc committee in parliament, no Cat Matlala. Yes or no? Look, he would have been the greatest president of all times in this country. But this is what greed, and this is why it's related to the Bhagavad-Gita, because it is stated once man gets power, he does not want to leave power. Two things, man's two downfall is power and woman. Power and woman. And as much as I'm giving Terra Lakota the highest tribute, it was a woman that brought this great man down. It was a woman that brought this great man down. She was fighting for his body. It's there in the news. We need to discuss it, Jessica. The world knows it. And if we are true to him, and if he was sitting in my position, principally he would have concluded like how I'm concluding. The last couple years of his life was eroded. Ram is very happy. This is a part. I can see Ram's ears, his subtle ears came out like this, so that he don't miss. He don't miss anything. Ram Bhai, at his old age, he was 67. He was 77 now. 12 years ago, he was 65. When Jessica reported to me, she said, Acharya ji, terror has left the path of righteousness spiritually. And she was a young colored advocate. Young colored advocate, 65 years old. Ram, I'm going to give you one discourse. You must explain the feelings. I'm joking, Ram. Or maybe I'm not joking. Who knows? Nobody will ever know, Nirali. When I'm gone, you'll take out my discourses and say, hey, Acharya ji was hinting. What you're going to say? Acharya ji was hinting. Okay? And this woman took him right out of the circuit. Which again comes to the Bhagavad-Gita and the Shrimad Bhagavatam. There is a verse there that I read to Sean about 10 years ago. All right, I'll read it to the rest of y'all. There is a verse in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. And this is why I say the Bhagavad-Gita is embedded in you. It just depends which way you go. But notwithstanding that, woman is a weakness for any man. Woman is a weakness for any man. I don't know whether Cyril will confirm, but woman is a weakness for any man. I have to get Yadvan, both grandparents involved. It will be very unfair if I just go on the Nana side and don't knock the Aja, when both could have been guilty of the same thing. I don't know, I'm just saying. All right? So, Cyril? Vasan is enjoying it in a bag. Uh, we have to be careful, and that is why we have these satsangs. And this is why I don't want sheep. This is why I don't want sheep. I want that amount of people that come to satsang. You need to go home and practice what I'm teaching. At least some parts. At least some part you have to go home and practice what the Guru is teaching you, because you're coming to a live satsang. You have the merits to be in the Guru's presence. Others that's watching from around the world, they must be thinking, how can I come and listen to this Guru in his audience? Don't you think? You have the merits to be here. And when you are here, when you in my satsang, Mango, your family is trying to talk to you from outside the ashram. I can hear chirping and disturbing my discourse. I can hear chirping outside, real bird chirping. Plus, I saw one of two of you all chirped quite. All right. So I slept all the way from here to Bloemfontein. I didn't even see that route there. It was a 7-hour drive. I don't know whether my sugar was too high or too low, but I was knocked out. But on the return trip, I didn't sleep. I had the opportunity to see the trip. Uh, we made a good trip, Jessica. I think it was well worth all the sacrifices we made. It was a good trip. And this ashram is proud to be part and parcel, an active part and parcel of our country. Every day, this ashram influences the life of every citizen in this country, because we chose not only to touch your head and make you dizzy. We're touching the heads of politicians and we're making them dizzy as well. We were well received. We had a 7-star reception at Mr. Lakota's house. In spite of the bereaving, when we landed there, Jessica, the leader, the current leader of Hope, ran across the road. And they said, my stomach is bloated, Jessica. When I looked at his stomach, imagine my two Seans look at his stomach, how stressed they'll be. Huh? He ran across the road with his big stomach. He embraced us. He was so happy to meet us. And yet that road was milling with high-profile people. And there were 3 big camera crews, TV cameras, ENCA, Newsroom Africa, and SABC. But he chose to give us the heartfelt greeting when the Guru is known. When you say Guru in South Africa, when you use the word Guru in South Africa, people are not looking at the I Guru Vishwananda. When you use the name Guru in South Africa, they know it's Acharya Shyam, because Acharya Shyam Ramanuj got no eye tricks. No eye tricks and no mad dancing. They don't say it's Swami Prabhupada. They know which Guru when the word Guru is used in South Africa. Do you understand? There's no madness. There's only hard work. We work with politicians, and for the 2026 municipal elections, this same Sri Narayan Dam will make a dynamic impact in the 2026 local elections, because the Guru is involved as a political activist from 1978. 1978. I've been involved in the shaping of my country. Not very long. I didn't come from 1860, Jessica. Satish, I'm not from the 1860s. 1978. But we made an indelible mark in the political consciousness of this country. We have made an indelible mark in the political consciousness of South Africa. This is where I live. This is where I live. And my impact and the ashram's impact must be made from here. Remember, this is the only ashram that represented interfaith in the G20. It's an achievement. It is an achievement. And every now and again, we have to discuss our achievement. We're not the 1860 settlers. We are to make it happen. This is not a TikTok ashram or a TikTok political party. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. So now I want to go to chapter 2 of the Bhagavad-Gita, and Avir, I think play from verse 1 to verse 10. I don't think I'll even go to verse 2, maybe 3. Yeah, but just go so that, yeah, 1 to 10. Mango? You know? You ready?
Sanjaya Uvacha Samtadha Krupaya Vicham Astru Purna Pudekhanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha Sri Bhagavan Vacha Kutasva Kasmelamidam Vishametamupasthitam Anadyachistamasvargyam Akirtikaramajjuna Klaivyam Mahmagamah Partha Naitattvayupapadyate Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam Yaktvotishta Param Tapa Arjuna Uvacha Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye Dronanti Madhusudana Ishubhi Pratiyosyami Pujarhavarichudanam Guru Nahatva Himahanubhavan Shreyo Bhoktum Aiksamapi Haloke Hatvarghakama Guru Nihaiva Bhunjiya Bhogan Rupira Pratikha Nachaitadvidma Kataram Nogariyo Yadvajema Yedivano Jeyubu Yaneva Hatva Najivishamah Devastita Pramukhe Bhattarashtra Karpanya Dosho Mahatasvabhavah Uchami Tvam Dharma Sammohachetah Yatshreyasya Nishchitam Bruhitam Yasteham Chadhi Mam Vam Prapannam न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् यच्छोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृत्तम् राज्यं पुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशम् गुडाकेशः परं तपः न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः
Okay, so we heard the original Sanskrit verses sung by His Holiness Shri 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 Chinna Jaya Swami, who is a very, very prominent guru in the Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya. It was him that was involved with Guruji. He went to Guruji's ashram in 2007 when the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Divya Dham was consecrated. He, Swami Chinna Jaya Swami, and his disciples went to the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Divya Dham. Nirali, you'll go there beginning of next year, end of this year, with all of us with the ashram. I want you all to go there. And that consecration, Guruji stayed alive to see that consecration in April. In April 2007, that Divya Dham was consecrated. Rajwan, making a noise and disturbing your Guruji. Then, on the 27th of, no, on the 22nd of May, Guruji left his material body. So he just waited to see the consecration. He was happy the consecration was done. All the murtis were given life in the ashram, and then he left. That same Chinna Jaya's disciple that consecrated the Sri Lakshmi Narayan Divya Dham consecrated this ashram, the Sri Narayan Dham. Same Chinna Jaya Swami's Pancharatra Agama disciple, Gautam Acharya, consecrated this ashram. Can you see that spiritual link? Can you see the link? And this is the only ashram on the African continent consecrated as per the Pancharatra Agamas. And it is Lord Srimad Narayan who came down as Nara and Narayan when he wrote the Pancharatra Agama, the only text in the Vedas written by the Supreme Lord himself. Pancharatra Agamas are written by Lord Sriman Narayan himself. And this ashram and Siddhartha ashram was consecrated according to the Pancharatra Agamas, written by the Supreme Lord himself. As we go along, as I'm refuting all these fake philosophies, I'm going to bring in the Pancharatra Agamas and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. If a ashram is not consecrated as per the Pancharatra Agamas, it is simply a restaurant and a commercial place where you can buy kurtas and food. where you can buy kurtas and food. For an ashram to have spiritual potency as a bona fide ashram, it must be consecrated how the Lord architected it. How? The Lord architected and promulgated that. That is why this ashram has so much spiritual potency. Yeah, you don't have to come and meet the Guru. You can come anytime, even midnight. Even midnight. No Satan here. No, the only Satan will be you. No other Satan. Yeah, all right? You can come at midnight. This is why this ashram is potent, because it's done according to the Creator. This ashram has been consecrated as per the Creator's instructions. Show me another ashram on the African continent that has been consecrated according to Pancharatra Agama. This is the only one on the entire African continent. Do you understand? All of you understand? So, everyone has a Kurukshetra in their life, and the Kurukshetra continue to change. The war in your life is not the same always. Am I right, Asmita? One day you're fighting with your father, that's your Kurukshetra against your father. After 2 months, you're fighting with your sister, Kurukshetra is now against your sister. After 5 months, you're fighting with your mother, Kurukshetra is now against your mother. So Kurukshetra keeps on changing. Yes, it's practical. Every day there's another aspect in life which you have to confront. Yes? Every day of your life, there's an aspect of your life that you have to confront. And this is where the Bhagavad-Gita comes in as your guide to tell you that there's a war every morning when you get up. Why did God create a war every morning in your life when you get up? This is a question we need to ask ourselves. God, you are supreme, you are righteous, you are balanced. Why did you create a universe which I need to confront on a daily basis? What is this confrontation for? Why am I immersed in this life when I do everything right, but I'm still at war? I'm still at war. If we understand the daily Kurukshetra and the reason for it, we become peaceful. Although we are immersed in a daily war, we become peaceful through understanding. We become peaceful through understanding this war, why we are in this war, in this universe. So, there are three types of souls, three categories. One type of soul. Soul is identical. All souls are identical. There are three categories. One category are eternally pure souls. Eternally pure souls who never left the feet of Lord Shrimad Narayan ever. Who? You all heard of Garuda, Vishwakarma, all these people, all these souls were eternally pure since creation. In fact, there never was a creation. If anything is eternal, they can't have a creation. But maybe now you cannot wrap your mind around it. As you continue your association with me, you'll realize one day that there's never a past and there's never a future. There's only a present. If the clock is not ticking away, there's only a present. There's no future and no past. You only live in the present. Only live in the present. Okay, you will understand. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to make you understand. I'm going to give you your boarding pass to Vaikunth. When you leave here, I want one less person when I come back. Because all these blown head gaskets, I can't keep having you all back and back and back. I need to release you all so I can have fewer. Guru is getting, I want to come out of the special class. I want to come out of the special class. So I want to send you, as many of you, to Vaikunt as possible. So let's look now and let's understand. This Kurukshetra was purposely created by the Supreme Lord because there are those souls who did not want to acknowledge the Supreme Lord in his entirety. So God said, okay, Nirali, I'm telling you that I am the Supreme Lord, but you got some other ideas, Nirali. So I'm sending you to a place where you can fructify your ideas to your heart's content. So God made this universe, four-headed Brahma, to run this universe for Nirali. So when Nirali comes into this universe, God made the first substance called the ego. First substance from Vasudeva consciousness is the ego. As soon as your soul is covered by the causal body, it's called the causal body, your soul forgets not only God, it forgets its own self. And it thinks it's the body. And then God says, forget you, the soul, and forget me, and live. And Nirali is proof of that. All the Niralis I'm talking about. Yes? So God intentionally calibrated souls that live in material universes. God intentionally calibrated you to forgetting. To God intentionally calibrated you to buy Revlon. Because the more Revlon lipstick you put, last powder I knew in my days was Pond's. But I don't think you all use Pond's anymore. All right? So God created you to love these powders, love these lipsticks, and forget you are the soul and think you are the body. This is deliberately done by Lord because when you had the opportunity of surrendering to Him 100% and serving Him fully, Nirali said, are you sure you're bored? I can't be. I must serve you day and night. No, can't. And God said, material universe for you. And I'm going to make you forget. And that forgetfulness is scientific. It is scientific. This, you are placed in this universe to forget God. You are placed in this universe to forget God and to forget you, the soul, and to wear 8.4 million species of bodies. Nirali was a cat for many, many years. And she had a fight with another cat. And she still has that fear when they two had a cat fight. And if those of you that know Nirali, you all know she can have a cat fight. This is what I'm saying. One cat whacked her badly. So now she came into a human body. She still remembers that cat when she was a cat. There was a proper fair fight. a fair cat fight. Nirali and another cat. And that's a fear for cats. Okay? And one day, Nirali, you and I were on the phone. You and I were on a phone, live phone call. And I had 13 cats. Nirali didn't want to come to my house. And I told her, Nirali, I also have a fear of snakes. What I told her? On that live call, and then something fell on my shoulder, and I just picked it up like this to throw it, and I saw it was a snake. Remember, Nirali? On the live call. On the live call, as I told her I got a fear of snakes, I just felt something, and I picked it up, and I saw a green snake, and I threw it away. All right? So you need to catch a cat, Nirali. So these are the 8.4 million bodies we have. Look at what a beautiful introduction to chapter 2. Can you see? Because you cannot know chapter 2 without knowing why you here. God deliberately sent you in the material universes to forget Him as long as possible. And this is why this Kurukshetra is daily. It was created specifically to be experienced. From the 8.4 million species, the human being only experiences Kurukshetra. Yes or no? The other species, just like when Nirali was a cat, her Kurukshetra was another cat. All right? Then God said, you become a human being, and then your Kurukshetra will be the cat. Because every time Nirali sees a cat, it's her Kurukshetra. It's her Kurukshetra. As soon as you see the cat, it's a Kurukshetra. Do you understand? So are you understanding now that it is our fault that we are placed in this material universe because God wants us to forget Him because we did not want to remember Him. We did not want to remember Him, so He gave us an opportunity to forget Him. Is He unfair? You don't want to know me, Nirali. You asking me questions when I'm saying surrender to me. You asking me 100 questions. Go now. But the beauty is you don't remember yourself and you don't remember God. You don't remember yourself, which is the soul, and you also don't remember God. And as soon as the Guru makes you understand you, the soul, automatically you remember God. And when you automatically remember God, the Guru gives you a boarding pass. Guru gives you a boarding pass, go back. And only Guru can give you that boarding pass. No amount of mad dancing. Jessica showed me some mad dancing on the beachfront. Imagine what other religion is thinking of Hinduism. Take one tolak, strap it around yourself, and just start singing. Is that Hinduism? Hinduism is giving you the reason why the universe was created, why you was created, how you come into the universe, and how you leave the universe. That is what Sanatana Dharma is. This discourse that I'm giving you today, that is 100% Sanatana Dharma. There is nothing higher than what I said today. There is nothing higher than what I said today. That this universe was created because you had no affinity for God. And God created this universe for you to perpetually forget Him. For you to perpetually forget Him. And then that same Creator His compassionate side is Mother Lakshmi. His compassionate side is Mother Lakshmi. There's no difference between Lord Narayan and Mother Lakshmi, Ram. You have to be the man and the woman together. Ram. When you start loving yourself instead of loving outside, you'll become 100% spiritual. Ram Bhai. You understand, Ram? You must be the man and the woman together. That's how, that's who Lord Shrimad Narayan is. Did you know that? One entity, when he is compassionate, and in his compassionate state, Mother Lakshmi said, what will happen to all those souls that are in the material universes? What will happen to all that souls that are in the material universes? They'll never become, they'll never have capacity to come out because each karma will make the stay or make the cycle continuous. Yes or no? Then he said that human being who follows a bona fide spiritual master and surrenders to him will come through that bona fide spiritual master. He will get a boarding pass and come back to Vaikuntha. There is nothing higher in the world. There is no greater knowledge in this world than these 3 or 4 sentences I told you. Forget about nuclear submarines. Forget about going to the moon. Forget about going to Mars. Forget everything. Your existence in this place is a reformatory. On your CVs, you'll write there, I never committed an offense. I'm a righteous person, whilst you're living in a reformatory, whilst you're a criminal. This is a prison. This is a prison. What Durga means from Sanskrit translated to English? Prison. Durga means prison. Durga means prison. You're a prisoner, but you write in your CV, I never committed a crime. You must write in your CV, I committed the greatest crime. That is why I'm a prison. I'm in prison. I have a lifelong, many lifelong sentences. Even whilst I'm working for you, I'm a prisoner. And even you are a prisoner. We both are prisoners. You understand? So we are here to redeem ourselves and go back home. We are here to redeem ourselves and go back home. There is nothing higher than this, what I'm telling you, when it comes to knowledge. If you understand what I'm telling you now, then peace, you should come to peace with yourself. This will bring you peace. You don't have to be in a dilemma anymore. You don't have to be in confusion. Why me? That why me is gone. I kill the why me. Whatever is wrong with you, if you know you came here to reform, if you know this is a prison, is there any good things happening in prison? Yeah, you can be Cat Matlala. He got a cell phone in prison. Then they caught up with him. Now he's in solitary confinement. Prison is prison. Whether you have a cell phone or whether you're in solitary confinement, you are still in prison. And what you do whilst you're in prison, who you bribing? You bribe the Devis and Devtas. You make uh, nine halwa puris. You put 9 or 12 tiklis. I don't know what you do. Then you bribe the mothers. They give you one small part, but they don't take you out of prison. You're still in the prison. Then on Ganesha Day, you bribe Lord Ganesha with big, big laddus, not knowing what a big laddu you really are. Yes? Then you go all over the world, you go for pilgrimage, whatever you do, you bribing. What you doing? You bribing the cosmic administrators. They all work for Lord Sriman Narayan. They still keep you in prison. They just give you a little bit. They take you out uh, uh, from C max and they put you in A max. But you're still in a max. You understand? You're still in this prison. Way out of the prison, follow a bona fide. Don't follow any guru. Don't follow any Tom, Dick, and Harry guru. Follow a bona fide guru. Do you have capacity in this age of technology to know who's a real guru? Yes, technology will tell you. And I am telling you, yeah, I'm teaching the world. I'm instructed from here just now when I go here to tell you why I'm doing this. But I am telling you that the only bona fide spiritual master comes from the Sri Sampradaya today. What's the date today? Huh? 15th of 15th of March 2026. I'm making a declaration to the world that the only real, genuine, authentic guru comes from the Sri Sampradaya, and I'm proving it now in this conversation. What I'm doing? I'm proving it now from this conversation. Who asked Lord Narayan for a way out of for the fallen soul? Who asked Lord Narayan? Mother? And then Lord Narayan told Mother Lakshmi that this institution called the Sri Sampradaya will be run by you. This Sri Sampradaya is coming directly from a conversation with Mother Lakshmi and Lord Narayan, and that is why this Sampradaya is the only existing, undiluted, authentic, bona fide Sampradaya in existence in this universe because it's coming from the Creator. And in this Sampradaya, the Creator never say, take one ammonium, take a tabla, and go and dance mad. He never say print books and harass people to buy your books. Harass people to buy your fake Bhagavad-Gita. That is harassment. That institution I'm talking about, are they not harassing people to buy books? They tell you, take this book 200. You say, no. Okay, take it 150. No, no, I haven't got. Okay, take it 100 rand. No, no, haven't got. How much you got? 20 rand. They say, take it. Can you sell God's scripture like that? Can you bargain with God's scripture? You think this Bhagavad Gita must be sold anywhere to any Tom, Dick, and Harry? Do you understand? That is commercialization, not spiritualization. That is why that organization today is bringing Sanatan Dharma to disrepute. Everyone is fighting there. Go on the internet. Everyone is fighting. They don't know who's a guru and who's not a guru. And every every instruction or information in that institution must only be found by Swami Prabhupada in his writings. That means Swami Prabhupada has usurped the Vedas. Yes or no? Because my teaching, where I'm referring you back to, Vedas. I'm not saying follow Acharya, Shyam, Ramanuj teaching, because Acharya, Shyam, Ramanuj have no capacity to teach you. There is no guru in the world that can teach you. It is only the Supreme Lord, through the auspices of the guru, can teach you. And that information can be found anywhere. Once you are forced only to use your guru's teachings, you no more eternal. Because your guru started the teaching somewhere. Their teaching started in 1977. Yes or no? Yes, and it's my duty. Same like Tere Lakota. I'm Tere Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. We want to keep the Tere name going. We need to keep the Tere name going. Yes, Jessica, you happy? Tere Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. I'm going to terrorize these miscreants. I'm going to terrorize the living daylights of all these gurus and institutions without fear or favor because they are wrong and I'm showing you they are wrong. The Sri Sampradaya started with Mother Lakshmi. It's a principal Sampradaya spiritual institution in the world. What principle means? Number one, there is nothing higher than what I'm teaching you. There is nothing higher than what I'm teaching you. And I'm saying don't dance. Don't dance. Because dancing will release a material chemical in your brain. Dancing will release a material chemical in your brain and make you feel good. Your brain is made out of material elements. Your brain is made out of 5 material elements. We are making your soul dance. I'm making your soul dance, not your body. Today, everyone's soul has been dancing. Everyone's soul has been dancing here because I'm giving you the absolute truth. Only the absolute truth can connect to your soul, not commentaries. Not commentaries. Commentary is a secondary view, is it not? Isn't a commentary a secondary view of original? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm not giving you secondary view. I'm giving you the original as it is. So let me just get into the Bhagavad-Gita. I hope you all enjoyed the introduction to chapter 2. You need to understand it, Nirali. Now you know you offended the big O, you offended God when you had the opportunity. I can't count how long, Nirali. Yeah, you told God, hey, I must surrender to you. God said, Nirali, you sure you don't want to surrender to me? No, man, I'm Nirali. Naveen sounds familiar? I'm Nirali. You're telling me. And since then, Nirali has been, yeah, with Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. We've all been here together. Whoever is in my presence, I've been your guru since time immemorial. And I'll continue to be your guru in the future. Because the relationship between guru and disciple is eternal. Relationship between guru and disciple is eternal. You can fight with me. See all these people that fight with me, I never ever phone them back. Wasn't did I ever call anyone back? Why? They'll come back again when I come back. Sean is worried my stomach is bloated, I'm gonna be gone. The quicker I go, the quicker I can bring my next fleet. Quicker I can bring my next fleet. Guru is always working, bloated stomach or not bloated stomach. How you go, or whether you don't go. After a few hundred years, I'll be born. Those of you who didn't take the boarding pass will come back. Trisha, you'll come back, you'll sing for the Guru again, or you can go home, up to you. All right? Revlon or no Revlon? You choose. Revlon or boarding pass? Revlon or boarding pass? You choose. Your people are watching you, Trisha. They were singers in the band. They're watching these live discourses, Trisha. So you know Sanjaya was given divine sight and he is describing the Kurukshetra to Rasta who is both physically and spiritually blind. Okay, and verse 2 starts again with Sanjaya, and he says, to him who was thus overcome with pity, comma, whose eyes were wet with tears, comma, who was sorrow stricken and who bore a bewildered look, Sri Krishna spoke as follows. So here's Arjuna, eyes full of tears, heartbroken, in a totally dilapidated as a human being, emotionally broken. And then hear what the Lord is saying. Hear what the Lord is saying. And you'll never ever expect the Lord to speak in this manner. Because in Sanatan Dharma and in rest of the world, they say God is a very humble person. God is very, very compassionate. God is forgiving. Jessica, that 1860 said, if God can forgive, why Guru can't forgive? All right. I hope 1860 is listening. Uh, this is what God said. This is what God said. And if Arjuna, he gave excuses which many of you will think was right. Yes? But look at what God is saying. Hear what God is saying to this dilapidated, emotionally stricken personality. The Lord said, verse 2, chapter 2, whence come on you this despondency, O Arjuna, in this crisis? It is unfit for a noble person. It is disgraceful and it obstructs one's attainment of heaven. So when I tell you, stop doing all that funny rituals you are doing, when I tell you, stop doing all that funny rituals that you are doing, you become upset with the Guru. Yes? Arjuna told Lord Krishna of his rituals, didn't he? Isn't he talking about his rituals? When he said, if I kill this person, then who will do pitar pak for this person? And that person will marry that person. And what color that person will come? Mixed marriages. Yes? And what God is saying? What God told him. It is disgraceful, Cyril. It is disgraceful to go do your halwa puri. What Lord Krishna is saying? Vasan, it is disgraceful to take a rooster and cut its neck out. Vasan, how many roosters' necks you cut in your lifetime? Too many, he can't count, and he's only 54 years old. Vasan, it is disgraceful. What it is? Disgraceful for you to go and do rituals which are not authorized in the Vedas. It is disgraceful. Is Lord Krishna saying this? Trisha? Who's saying this? And Trisha's son? Who's saying this? Trisha's son, who's saying this? Guru is saying it? Or God is saying it? Who is saying it? disgraceful conduct for all those who do, and it is disgraceful to dance and make other people dance. It's disgraceful to go and dance in a mad ecstasy. It is, isn't that a ritual? You also on the beachfront, they dancing and people highly under the influence of alcohol, they are dancing too. And they say Hinduism is so beautiful because both sides were intoxicated. Isn't both sides were intoxicated? If you don't know and you look in mad dancing this side, drunk dancing this side, put it together what it is telling you. Disgraceful. What? It is disgraceful to open a ashram and sell food from it. It is disgraceful. Yes? You must open an ashram and give food. What you must do? Open an ashram and give free food. Open an ashram and give free food. It is disgraceful to take the Vedas and change it and sell it. It is disgraceful to sell the Vedas, to twist the Vedas, to torture the Vedas, and to sell the Vedas. Because the Vedas only come through disciplic succession. Vedas don't make books. Vedas don't mean books. Vedas mean pure knowledge transmitted through the disciplic succession. Vedas mean pure knowledge transmitted through the disciplic succession. When did books come out? When did printing press come out? From how long is the Vedas in existence? Vedas don't need books. In Dwapara Yuga only, when I tell you something, Trisha, by the time you reach the gate, only in Dwapara. In the other three yugas, when I tell you, Trisha, you live it. Your memory retains it for life. Your memory retains the Vedas for life after you are taught through the disciplic succession. All of you understand? So, what do you think? Is the Guru within his scriptural legality when he is collapsing all these fake institutions? Do you think the Guru is in his scriptural authority? Because did not Arjuna also bring in this fake institution? Did Arjuna not present to Lord Sri Krishna all these fake teachings and all these misunderstandings? Did Arjuna not present it to Krishna in end of chapter 1? Did Arjuna not present to Lord Krishna information that is not correct? Had Arjuna known the Vedas, would he be in this dilemma? And if Arjuna knew the Vedas, would he be presenting Lord Krishna with misunderstood information? Do you understand? And what is Lord Krishna saying? What he said? It is disgraceful. Jessica, how far the court is from that institution? Put a loud hailer there and say, this is. He says it is unfit for a noble person. Unfit for a noble person. Are these impersonator gurus noble? Have they any nobility? and it obstructs one's attainment to heaven. Heaven is, we talk in Vaikunth. We talk in Vaikunth. All these false impersonation institutions, which have thousands and thousands of followers, if they were true, what would have happened to the human population? Why you think they are here again and again and again? Because you can't get liberated through them. Is Lord Krishna stating that? You cannot get liberated through misinformation. It doesn't matter. It is not you that was misinformed. It was not your fault that you are misinformed. You must interrogate the Guru, because Lord Krishna says in chapter 4, verse 34, surrender to a Guru by prostration and question him. What question you must ask the Guru? When I'll get rich? Yeah. When I'll get married? Whether I got a boy or girl, baby? Don't come with that question. You must ask the Guru where you come from. What you must ask the Guru? Where you come from. Who you are. How and why are you a Guru? And show me proof that you're a Guru. That is the question Lord Sri Krishna says when you surrender to a bona fide spiritual master. Do you understand? You must question. It is your fault if somebody told you to read one mantra bead 16 times a day. How many times? It is your fault if somebody told you go and dance and sell books. That is not Sanatan Dharma. That is not. If it was Sanatan Dharma, where you will find it? And which is the summary of the Vedas? And nowhere in the Bhagavad-Gita it saw dance mat, sell books. Dance mat, sell books. And if it's not in the Bhagavad-Gita, it's not there. Do you understand? All of you? So you need to make sure you with the right Guru. You need to make sure you with the right Guru. Now I'm giving this discourse for many loyalists of ISKCON are listening to this discourse, and many loyalists of Bhakti Marga. Swami Paramahamsa, the I Guru. The I Guru. That you need to interrogate these people if their lineage don't go back to Lord Srimad Narayan, run. Alright? And the Bhakti Marga, you see Arjuna, when Lord Sri Krishna told him that he is the Supreme Person, Arjuna asked him to show himself. So this Bhakti Marga is saying Murga, or Marga what? Marga. This Bhakti Murga Marga is saying he is Lord Krishna. Because Krishna means black, and he is an avatar of Lord Krishna, then he must show. He must open his chest and show the Sri Vasta. The Sri Vasta is a white line on the chest of Lord Srimad Narayan where Mother Lakshmi sleeps. Sri Vasta. He must show that white line on his chest. If he comes back to South Africa, I'm going to disguise myself as one of his devotees. You know I'm Terra Acharya, Shyam Ramanuj. If he ever comes back to South Africa, I promise you, I'm going to disguise myself as one of his devotees. I think that's the only time I'll shave my beard. Only time I'll shave my beard, I'll put a black tilak So he won't think I'm suspicious. All right? And I'll dance just like him. I know that mat dancing. If I can't get it fully, I got Sita down the road there. I'll bring her to the ashram and I'll rehearse with her. She'll teach me how to reach for the stars. All right? I think Sita has left us and she's gone there because that dancing suits her. I think Sita is there. But I'll dance near him, and you'll know I'm a military man. I'll catch his kurta and I'll chiro it. What I'll do? And Avir must be there with his camera, this camera that follows the Guru. Avir got a robotic camera that follows the Guru. All right? Avir bring that camera. If he haven't got the Sri Vasta on his chest, then same time we'll close him down. We'll whack him. We'll whack the hell out of him. He must show us every avatar must see. God knew of these fake people. And God said, you must find that Srivasta on my chest, then I'm an avatar. And also at the feet of the God, there's a whole lot of imprints. Where? At the feet of his God, of the Lord. So if we don't get the opportunity to tell Vasan, hey, Vasan loves this. Now Vasan is saying, hey, I'm a devotee of Acharya, Shyam Ramanuj. All right, Vasan loves this. Then we just lift his feet and see if he got all the imprints that God has. Do you know Lord Shri Krishna had imprints? Lord Ram had imprints. All the avatars have imprints on the foot and the Sri Vasta on the chest. All right. So I'm making, because he's becoming popular now. ISKCON is dying, like the ANC. All right. ISKCON is dying. They're on the deathbed, and there's this other man who claims to be God is there. All right? All of you understand? You think I'm doing the right thing? I keep asking you, and I keep asking my audience from around the world. Somebody need to tell you the truth. It's because Sanatan Dharma is rated number 3 in the world because of all this false propaganda and impersonators. Sanatan Dharma must be number one in the world. And my job is to make it number 1 in the world. But all these impersonators who misrepresent Sanatan Dharma, we need to clear them. And I'm clearing them through the Bhagavad-Gita. Who can stop the Bhagavad-Gita? Who can attack the Bhagavad-Gita? You can see, Nirali, why I was a top politician. Always use potency in politics, Jessica. Did I ever make a mistake in politics, Jessica? Did I ever make a statement in politics that was untrue? And the greatest politicians, 4 or 5 of them, when I talk, what they do, Jessica? Right up to the other day, they listen. Wherever I go, top politicians, the highest grade, and they listen. And now I'm a spiritual politician. I'm using the Bhagavad Gita to kill the impersonating gurus. You think anyone can refute what I'm saying? All of you understand? Vasan, you ready, my boy? Nirali, you ready? Nirali is also that cat fighter, you know. Nirali is ready to go, Nirali. I saw she took one of my postings. The same heading affected her life somewhere, and she put it to the heading. And she sent it to those people. She attacked them with our Bhagavad Gita reading. All right, so I want to do one more, and then we'll call it a day. And I love this one. And this is why I'm here. And this is my license. Chapter 2, verse 3 is my license to what I'm doing. And hear what he says. Yield not to unmanliness, O Arjuna. It does not become you. Shake off this base faint-heartedness and arise, O scorcher of the foes. Right? We're going to stop here. When somebody tells you, yield not to unmanliness, how do you feel? Avi? I'm saying it in front of your wife. Yield not to unmanliness. How do you feel? And what is unmanliness? It starts with the M. Starts with the. Vasu, never catch up yet. Okay, you'll be 20 minutes late. It takes the current long to reach from me to you, Vasan. In 20 minutes time. Slowly. All right? I said there's another name for unmanliness which the Guru cannot use in this ashram or even in the kutir. And it starts with them. Right? And it has two F's in it. Hey, now Vasan got that. But only halfway, it stopped at the F. So Vasan is thinking muffins. Vasan is thinking. But imagine God telling you, yield not to unmanliness. How you think I must take it? Because the Bhagavad-Gita belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. Every verse is a guidance for you. It's also a guidance for a guru. I'm coming from the military. I'm coming from law. I'm coming from business. And now I'm coming from spiritual law. If I don't eradicate all these impersonators in my lifetime, I can't stand here or sit in this ashram and say, Lord, that organization has 50,000 followers, that organization has 1 million followers, that organization has, they all surrounded me here in Reservoir Hills. I am alone, Lord Krishna. I'm alone. I don't have many disciples to come and fight with me. I only got Nirali and Vasan and Jessica. Yesterday, Jessica told me she was involved in a cat fight. So now I'm bringing her in on the way. You know, I do these long trips so I can get some secrets out of my devotees. Sometimes they don't know what to talk. All the general things are spoken, then they go into secret compartments, all right? And she said, you know, Guru, I can't. If somebody push me, I have to push back. All right? So how are we going to handle this in this story? Then what Lord Krishna is going to tell me? I gave you the knowledge. Yield not to unmanliness, terror, Acharya, Shyam, Ramanuj. Even mango, even the bird agreed. Even our bird agreed. All of you understand? So this is why I'm taking this stance. God prepared me. I'm one of the first gurus amongst a handful of gurus that went to the military. Do you know that? My birth in my youth was from the military and knowledge, academic, material, knowledge. There I'm reading from Standard 5. In Standard 5, I finished all the James Hadley Chase. You all knew in our time, who knew, Cyril, you read James Hadley Chase? Yeah, in Standard 5 I finished. Standard 5. So I'm coming with knowledge. I'm armed with knowledge. I'm armed with the military. I'm armed in social work. I'm armed in social welfare. You want Lord Krishna to tell a military man who received a trophy for being the best shortest to the R1, yield not to unmanliness. You want God to tell me that? So you think this verse situates me in the right context to attack all the impersonators? What do you think? Denver? What do you think, my boy? Right. Would your sister at my side, will I ever go off? Huh? And if eyes have to come and attack me, the gazing guru, both Nirali and Jessica will fight to gouge out his two eyes. They won't share I'll take one eye, you take one eye. Jessica will go for both. Nirali will go for both. So we're not frightened of eyes. We're not frightened of mad dancing, and eyes is a mad dancer as well. We are not afraid of anyone because we are covered scripturally. We are covered scripturally. Every word in every verse is a power of Lord Shrimad Narayan. And this is why I said, if the live audience right inside here, when I read any word in the Bhagavad-Gita, it has such a great and infinite potency. What word I'm using? Infinite potency. What does infinite mean? Never ending potency. I'm connecting from that seed word and I'm germinating through myself and I'm giving you the fruit. I'm giving you the fruit. So we're going to close. Is this the last satsang before Ram Navami? On which day is Ram Navami? Okay, next satsang is Thursday. Those of you that cannot make it for work reasons, it's fine. Those of you who cannot make the weekdays, it's fine. I'm not going to kill you. You must make the weekend. But I'm continuing with the Bhagavad. I'm going to show you Lord Ram and the Ramayana in the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to show you Lord Ram and the Ramayana in the Bhagavad Gita. And in the Ramayana week, we'll mix Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. But the Bhagavad Gita is going to continue. Please use this opportunity. Yesterday when I was watching the funeral of Terra Lakota and I had a vision of my own funeral with Vasan running round and round my box there, crying, howling and crying. My guru is gone. All right? So, whilst your guru is here, these are the excuses. Ram Navami is an excuse. Month of the Ramanujan is an excuse. Make it possible and come to Satsang Shivani. Shivani has absolutely no excuse. If she leaves Center Street, or what road that is? If she leaves West Road at 2 p.m., Shivani, they sell this new umbrella hat. The hat put on the head and the umbrella opens. All right? And carry your water bottle. You land here by 5 to 7, just before Guru starts going outside. All right? Take a cool walk. Stop. Gossip with people on the road. Talk to people. All right? Shivani, you'll make it. All right? So I want to see as many of you as possible at the ashram for this Ram Navami. And I want to give you your boarding passes. I want all of you to go back home. And I want you to be happy. And I want to solve all your small problems. But first, you have to accept that I was wrong, Nirali. You have to accept that I was wrong. Lord Narayan gave me an opportunity to be with him. I chose the material world. I have now learned that nothing in the material world can satisfy me. I need to go back to Lord Narayan. The only full satisfaction for a living entity is Lord Shrimad Narayan. And the Maha Mantra is Om Namo Narayana. But I had an opportunity in this material universe. I saw the scampters, I saw the impersonations, I saw everyone. All right. You see, before I close, this body is a technology. The body is a technology. Inside this body, we only use 5% of this body. We only use 5% of this body. Aware? Do you know you can do your body can do this, and one gold ring can come there. Yes, your body has the capacity to do this, and one gold ring can come in your hand. Your body has the capacity. You got any connection far away? Where? Furthest? All in this country. Hey, your body is happy. He is going to worry you, Avir. Take breakfast, lunch, and supper for Guru. And see if you can get the secret out. We need a lot of gold ring. All right? Your body, your connections house in Joburg. Your body has a capacity to do this and do that, and ashes will come on any frame that you want there in Joburg. Your body has a capacity to do that, and honey will drip. Your body. You don't become God. Every human body has capacity to manifest anything in this, on this planet Earth. These people know the technology on how to use the body. That is all. They are not God. They are not God. And that Vishwananda is doing that now. And the West is following him. All right? So research your guru and also go on Google. Write the background of Swami Vishwananda. Write the background of Swami Prabhupada. Right there is Asintya Beda Abeda, eternal. Right there, ISKCON's teachings, where it started from. Go on Google and it will tell you. You want a history? And right there, Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. Go and write there. There's a history of everyone. It's there in the material plate. It's there. Don't be dumb. I want my disciples not to be sheep and not to be dumb. Use the technologies is there and see that the discourse the Guru presented to you today, can it be verified somewhere else? You think that's fair? All of you think that's fair? Because my job is to speak the absolute truth at all times. At all times. No lies. Denver? Okay? Are you all satisfied with all my explanations? Are you all satisfied with everything, Trisha? Are you ready to let go the Revlon? Your son will tell me when a new batch comes in. Niravi, if you take out all your bodily extras, you know how many trips you can do to Russia? Whole Ram Nomi and uh, Navin, month of the Ramanujan, she can pull 2 tanks. Jai Shriman Narayan.